Welcome, horror fam, to HHN 365, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. As always, my name is Mike, and I'm here with my co-host, Duff. How's it going, Duff?
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Good, good. On this episode, it is going to be our final HHN Trivia Showdown.
I believe we're going to jump into that Jeopardy style.
Yeah. I hope you guys liked HHN Trivia. We'll probably do one next year. We'll try to make this an annual thing.
It's going to come back.
Yeah.
Bigger, more contestants this time.
Yeah, maybe
more matchups. I think
right
it'll go
around this time. There's not a lot going on.
I think it'll kind of stretch a long period throughout the off season next year is what I'm envisioning personally.
Yeah. So, but before we get to that, we do actually have some news from HHN.
Yeah, it is. I'd say this is actually news. They said it.
This is news. Yeah.
Universal said it.
It kind of took us by surprise, this news. Honestly.
I mean, it took me by surprise. I don't know if it took you by surprise.
I mean, it was surprised that it happened this way.
Yeah, the way they did it.
I did predict that it might be coming back.
Like, leaks usually happen, but this was like a not so accidental, almost completely on purpose announcement that they made.
Let's get to it.
All right, cool. So as many of you have heard by now, as this was almost a week ago, you may have heard Hollywood is going to have a Walking Dead maze. Well, what does that mean? Well, let's see the quote here. So this quote came through a Universal spokesman on Daily News article. This was picked up by HHN Unofficial and passed around. A lot of other people saw it. Good job catching that, guys. So pretty much the Walking Dead attraction at Universal Hollywood will be closing on March 4th. Yay. I hated that attraction. You think I'd like a year-round Horror Nights type thing, but it was bad. Anyways, but an interesting quote in there was, "We look forward to the return of The Walking Dead as a focal point of our slate of Halloween Horror Night mazes this fall." What?
So what exactly does that mean? And there's been a lot of speculation about what that could mean. Duff, what's your gut reaction?
So my gut reaction was an overreaction at the time, and oh no, everything's burning, the world's on fire, it's crumbling, they're bringing back The Walking Dead as new mazes. Then I relaxed, took in other viewpoints, and now I honestly believe this just means it's basically a seasonal attraction that they're going to open during Halloween Horror Nights. The current attraction, maybe add some features, some extra scare actors, but that's about it.
Is that going to be the 11th house?
Oh, no. Well, the 11th house is rumored here, not Hollywood.
Oh, okay. This is Nico, the producer, chiming in. Sorry about
Nico's
that.
here.
Yeah.
Nico?
I mean, everything announcing that. I mean, a lot of it was just like hose mad. You know, everyone just being really mad that like The Walking Dead's coming back. But I mean, I don't care for it, so I never did it over there. So it's Brian.
So back to it being a seasonal attraction. Well, I could definitely see that possibly happening. The way they phrase that, to me, is a very strange way to announce, hey, this is closing, but it's coming back as seasonal. Now, normally you would say, no, the attractional is closing till seasonal operation. They didn't say that. They said, we look forward to having The Walking Dead, not The Walking Dead attraction, just The Walking Dead being a focal point of our slate of mazes in the coming year, which makes it sound like they're going to build a maze. But
I can't knock you because my original thought was exactly that. But first of all, every time a theme park or any company announces anything like that, they always overplay it. A focal point, and it could be the most minimal detail in the world.
And it really just means that's going to be seasonal.
Also, another thing about this is at the end, it specifically states as a part of their mazes. The attraction was listed as a maze.
That is something
at
they
Hollywood.
did do. Yes,
it wasn't considered an attraction. It was considered a maze. So I think there was a lot of people saying, oh, no, they didn't say attraction return. They said it will be a maze. They called it a maze at Horror Nights.
Right.
So that point is moot.
Right.
Can you still believe that it will be like a new maze? Sure. Do I think that's happening? No.
And didn't they even, during Halloween Horror Nights days, they would actually not have the attraction open because it was going to be open that night? So days where Hollywood... let me know if I'm wrong, but I believe I did hear that in Hollywood, when it was a Halloween Horror Nights night, they would actually not put The Walking Dead open so they could have the characters or cast members actually work it later that night, so they don't have to pay them twice. They didn't have to work I believe that's what they did.
Yeah, no, it's true. So so they've always scare actors are part of the attraction. However, they added more from what they say during Horror Nights.
Right.
Hear me out here. I did it during the day once. I've done it during Horror Nights. I don't really know if I noticed any additional scare actors or anything. So, take that with a grain of salt. I just had one experience each time.
Did you notice any extra Universal team members pushing you along the line aggressively?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Did you notice any more black corridors?
I mean, that's luckily not really in there. Black corridors are only the actual mazes, not the attraction. You would think that makes the attraction better, but it doesn't.
Did you notice any more toxic tunnels?
It was very toxic.
You know,
Not so much a tunnel, but toxic.
I think people are reading into this a little too deep. This is the same company that didn't announce that there was a roller coaster coming to their park until 3 months till it opened.
So, now, Nico,
Yes.
me and you are kind of on the same wavelength about this, I know.
Yeah.
You are more of the theme park logistics operations guy,
Yeah.
understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it makes sense that it would open as a seasonal attraction rather than as a brand new maze?
Budget for Secret Life of Pets, pretty much. Secret Life of Pets is opening like later in March, and they're just moving the operational budget from a low attended attraction over to Secret Life of Pets. And they say that they're not even going to be using their full virtual queue unless it's going to be on like super busy days out in Hollywood. So those will probably be the days that Walking Dead reopens.
So basically, they're just allocating operating costs to Secret Life of Pets
Oh yeah,
and taking
absolutely.
away from The Walking Dead.
That's 100% what they're doing.
And as far as we know, there's no plans or no activity going on at the current location of The Walking Dead, right?
Correct. I mean, Universal doesn't announce something specifically. They don't.
Velocicoaster.
I mean, yeah, they exactly that. We didn't. That's the thing. Like Universal doesn't. I mean, they have leaks and stuff, and of course we see their leaks and we know exactly what they're doing. But Universal never will say something like that publicly until they are 100% ready to announce. Like, remember when they were going to use the word, of course, Epic Universe, but Epic was thrown all around their new Lagoon show.
Yep.
And then that never happened. And, like, if you walk around that lagoon in Florida, there's so many, like, crates and little things that say Epic, 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 Epic. And do that. So, I mean, Universal does not announce something until they are 100% doing it, and it's like less than a month away, pretty much.
Truth.
So one last question about this. Do we think this raises in any way the chance of us seeing The Walking Dead in Orlando this year? Do you think it raises the chances at all based on this announcement?
I think that if it is a new maze, which I've gone over, I don't believe it is, but if it's an all-new maze for The Walking Dead, then I think the chances in Orlando would be a little bit higher, but I wouldn't expect it in Orlando even if it is going to be a new maze in Hollywood. And if it's just the attraction, then hell no. Not in Orlando.
Yeah. And I'm on the record that I think it's a possibility. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think it will. But yeah, I'm on the record.
If you missed the speculation episodes, Mike actually came out and said he thinks there's a decent chance The Walking Dead could make an appearance at, specifically we're talking about HHN 30, but still, point stands.
Yeah.
So he may have kind of called that. I guess we'll see.
All right.
You know, we really need to have like Vegas bookies and like odds makers to like have an odds list for what's going to show up at Horror Nights every year. I think that'd be a really fun.
That would be a fun episode.
Yeah.
Coming in 2022.
Yeah.
BetHHN365.com.
Yeah. Coming soon, hot bets for Halloween Horror Nights for all you degenerate gamblers out there.
Alrighty. Well, that's going to wrap up the news. We actually have some rumors that broke this morning. Duff, what happened?
Yeah, so I think over the past couple of days, there's been a few things coming out. And then recently, everyone's just busted everything wide open with Legacies rumors on Inside Universal forums. So we thought we'd go over those with you guys. One we'll talk about is Universal Classic Monsters The Bride.
Okay.
And apparently that is what he knows. That's about it.
So he put out clues and people solved it, and he confirmed that the bride is right?
Yes. What does that mean exactly?
The bride is right.
You think the Bride of Frankenstein, right?
Right.
Also, Dracula had brides.
Right.
Bride of Chucky.
Br-
Could
That-
be Bride
that-
of...
It's
Well, that wouldn't be a
Universal
Universal
Classic.
Classic Monster.
Universal Classic Monsters. Okay, never mind. Chucky is definitely not a
I would
classic
say it's
monster.
probably the Bride of Frankenstein.
Or some people are saying, what if it's brides, and kind of like
So-
a mashup house.
Okay, so like the females behind the monsters.
Exactly.
So like, what are some other than the Bride and Dracula's Bride? Do we have some other famous female like She-Wolf of London? Are we gonna see a She-Wolf?
Yeah, but is that a bride? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they have to be a bride? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, when that's all he gets for the clue, or he said basically all he got for the clue, I don't. It's not very telling of exactly
Yeah.
what's coming.
My guess is that it's gonna be a Frankenstein and the Bride house, and it's gonna focus on the bride, but we'll probably see Frankenstein show up.
Oh, that's very possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
most
I don't think
Those two
anyone would
usually
be
kind
against
of
that
come hand in hand, right?
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
for sure.
That would be my guess if when it's UNC's the or UCM's the Bride.
I think the simplest way is Bride of Frankenstein. Done.
What's the second one?
There's also the rumor saying Jack is back, which I think everyone's kind of already
Yeah.
speculated in the first place. I know we said it in our speculation map in the last episode that we think icons are definitely back, and there's a good chance that the head of those and the face of the icons will be Jack.
So just kind of confirming what we all.
Yeah, basically. I
Thought.
mean, again, these are still, he even says they're rumors until they're confirmed.
Right.
And he really didn't say which ones he feels strongly about or less strongly about out of these, so not really sure his
So he
feelings.
just posts clues of things that he is hearing.
Things he's heard, like that he's actually heard that sound like legitimate rumors from the inside.
Right. And some of them
And
he
he
even
comes out and
states,
says some of these will not happen.
and some of them are even red herrings that he's told.
Correct.
So whoever's telling them is kind of playing a game with him.
Kind of sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so he didn't really say how he feels about these rumors. I would say I feel pretty confident Jack will be back. In the simplest of terms, where he's the face or has a house, scare zone, who knows. But Jack will be back. I think that's definitely happening.
Okay. Any more?
Yes, one that we talked about again, Beetlejuice apparently coming as a scare zone was what I
Oh,
believe it was.
Nico's about to rub in some. I said maybe. Duff was on the not likely train, and Nico I think was more hoping than knew any inside information.
Well,
but
it's also an 80s thing that they can definitely go after for something like this. This
Yeah.
is definitely in like an 80s vibe that they thought they caught lightning in a bottle with, Ghostbusters there, but it looks like we're finally getting something good that's coming through now. So
Right.
I would be excited to have Beetlejuice, and I really hope this is gonna happen. And it'd be even better if they have some songs from the musical.
now
That's
we
what I
don't
would
know
really
if there's
like.
going to be an 80s theme this year.
I would say probably not. We've had
probably
2
not.
straight years of full-on 80s themes.
But I think Beetlejuice goes hand in hand with Universal really well.
Yeah, it
so
does
I
either
could
way.
I could see Beetlejuice, and really in anywhere, and especially as a scare zone, that would be great.
A Beetlejuice scare zone.
I think out of anything, it would be best as a scare zone. So
Yeah.
hopefully if Beetlejuice comes,
I think it works.
that's how it comes, because I think it would work out pretty well. I don't know if I personally still feel confident about that. Obviously, from what I said in our predictions podcast, I put it on the not likely. I'd say a lot of what I said before still stands. So I'd probably still not go, oh, Legacy said it, it's coming.
Right.
Me personally, at least.
Right.
When has Legacy ever steered that? Is this credible?
Oh, he's very credible. He has a good track record.
So
but again,
he's like Orlando Park stop
there's
credible.
going to be misses every year.
Okay.
And he admits that there will be, because that's just the nature of the
What
beast.
did he
and
what did he
hears.
miss last year?
Well, technically, Tooth Fairy. I'm pretty sure he was early on to announce that.
But
Okay.
he wasn't wrong about that.
No, he wasn't.
It was definitely happening. We know enough about Tooth Fairy that it was cast, it was coming. It was basically.
I know one. Leave It to Cleaver 2 was going to happen.
That was the one.
That was a big one that everyone got hyped
the
about.
big, yeah. That was the one that was the wrong. That was the one that there
And
was
I'm
a lot of
pretty
rumors about.
I don't know if it
happening.
originated from Legacy, but I'm pretty sure he got onto it and confirmed it
Yeah.
as a rumor or happening.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, he's going to miss some. It's going to happen, and he admits that will happen.
Yeah.
But as far as anyone out there at that level as a source, he's about as accurate as it gets.
Okay, cool. So
And then there's one more, right?
Sorry, yes, there is one more. That would be the legendary Truth.
Ooh.
Coming back in some way, shape,
Are we
or
getting
form.
a mobile game or a video game? Again?
It's possible.
That would be amazing.
I mean, because we had trivia last year and trivia the year before, and they weren't great on the app.
Right.
So they just go all in and go, let's just get a legendary Truth game on your phones.
Yeah. I mean, they could, they could start now, and we could see some sort of, mobile game that had like geolocation-based mobile game that when you're in the park and it interacts with things, and once you go through a certain house, things pop up. You collect coins. We've been hoping for something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think ever since Pokemon Go came out, that an HHN type of geolocation
Yeah, that'd be
game would
fantastic.
be awesome. Let's just get it done. Let's do it. This is the year.
Here's the thing. There's some mysteries surrounding different stories within Legendary Truth. You go around on the mobile app and kind of like solve them and
Right.
find clues. Something like that, maybe?
Yeah. It tracks how many times you go in
Yeah.
each individual house.
Yeah.
Maybe there's coins you can collect, achievements you can unlock. It would really, push the people who have frequent fears to go back and continue to go back each night and spend money. I think it would be a really,
I'd
really
say so.
smart.
Yeah, I'd go back for that all the time.
Bluetooth connectivity, so they can say your name, like call you out like in line by your name, like have the characters
Oh, like
yell
maybe
that out.
put your top score like on
Yeah.
a wall or something. Like every time.
Like if you do well enough, they can like be like, I'm gonna get you like Jason or something like that.
Huh.
That'd be cool. Or at least
I don't see.
That'd be
No,
quite
no.
the concept.
I don't know if characters would be able to link.
I mean,
that, but-
unless there was a specific like scare zone or area where there's Legendary Truth character of some sort, I could see that happening potentially.
I mean,
Right.
I can definitely
No,
see.
this is all speculation. The only rumor is that Legendary Truth is coming out. We don't even know if this is
I mean, it
has
could literally
anything to do with
it
the
could be a
game.
Legendary Truth house
We just know that
or a scare zone.
a big part of Legendary Truth was the online games on the website. That
Yep.
was a big part of it, right?
Yeah, which is
In
what
the
makes
past.
Legendary Truth such a cool aspect of Horror Nights, because it's one of the few things that you get like all these details of, because you played the games and figured stuff out, and you just found out all the characters within it. You found out all the backstories, what happened, and again, like I said, it left a lot of mysteries that have not been cleaned up. So it would be a good opportunity to go back and kind of figure some of those out, I think. So I think that's all we got for rumors.
Before we get to our trivia segment, actually, Duff, I believe you do have a segment of your own.
Oh, I forgot.
You do have a segment
Thank
of
you,
your
thank
own.
you, thank you.
That we are going to call Duff Done Fucked Up.
Yes. So, oh wait, we didn't do it. Hold on. All right, ready?
I just did it.
But we're supposed to do it together.
Okay, well, let's do it together.
All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Duff done
Done
fucked
fucked
up. All right, cool. There we go. Did we blow out the mics?
And I mean, Mike blew
Yep.
himself out, so, but
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
it's
We
all
apologize.
good.
Well,
to
that's
your
why I
ears.
got the rib removed.
Yeah, that's right.
Woo. Okay, back on track to Duff done fucked up.
Did I just make a Marilyn Manson joke?
You just
hey,
made-
it's our audience.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's true.
our
That
audience is
that
full of
very
beautiful
appropriate.
people.
Anyways, Duff done fucked up last week. Or was it the episode? It was last week. It was
was
predictions
last week.
episode 2. So, I accidentally associated the Crypt Keeper with Creep Show.
Right.
And
I believe you were talking about Creep Show, and
we were
then you
talking
did
about Creep
mention
Show, and I
something
brought
about-
up Crypt. I don't remember exactly in what form, but we were talking about Creep Show, and I brought up Crypt Keeper. And I remember later in the episode, I was thinking, like, we brought up Creep Show again, and then in my head, I was like, did I talk about the Crypt Keeper earlier? What the hell?
Shame.
And I was like,
shame.
well, we'll get that later.
Yeah.
Clearly did not get it edited out. So I missed that opportunity, and then a few people noticed it as well. Thanks for reaching
So, yeah,
out to
thanks
us,
for
guys.
reaching out.
Seriously, we asked for it, and we want it.
We asked for it.
We appreciate you reaching out.
Right.
So yes,
Yeah.
I am aware that the Crypt Keeper is from Tales of the Crypt and not
Yeah.
Creep Show. You wouldn't know that
Right.
because Duff done fucked up.
Now, to be fair to you, and I think you did know this, the Creep Show is based on the old like Tales from the Crypt, like 1950s
correct.
comics. Not just necessarily that one, but that is kind of the main one it is based on.
So maybe in
But
the back of my head that kind of I don't know what prompted it.
I think, yeah, you definitely were talking about the Crypt Keeper from
from Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Creep Show did basically influence the HBO show. Like the success of the Creep Show did basically why we ended up seeing a Tales from the Crypt television show, just because of how successful. But we know the difference. We know the difference.
We do. But I still fucked up. So thanks for calling me out. I deserved it. And keep calling me out when me or Mike or Nico or anyone on this show fucks up. Actually, if our guests fuck up, just let them be.
Our guests are very gracious to be on our show, so let them be. You can let us know that they messed up, but we're not going to call them out.
Yeah, no.
And you can always yell at me on Twitter if the sounds off or anything. We're still trying to figure out what the exact sound quality is of this podcast, so please thank you for bearing with us through this transitional period.
Because we also blow the mics out sometimes. I have noticed.
Yeah.
We get excited. Sorry.
We do. We're very exciting people.
We are just very excited about the content that we speak about, and that is damn Halloween Horror Nights.
And then one thing I do want to address before we get to the show, you may have heard me bring in the show a little bit differently. I usually say welcome horror fans. I've been always wanting to use welcome horror fam. It felt a little disingenuous when we were first just starting, because we were still building a community, but I feel like now we have such a great group of people who do listen to us, and honestly, we think they're like our family. We love interacting with them. We try to bring as many people on the show as possible, as you can see with our some of the things we've done. So it really does feel to it like a family to us, and so I'm going to be moving forward. Welcome horror fam, because I really do see this as a big family.
Many times we do this podcast because we want to be more involved in the Horror Nights community. So I think that's the perfect way to bring us in for every show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I am going to keep See You in the Streets as a closer, and because I like it.
And then, so let's just get on with it. Today is what we've done so far in Jeopardy, and that's it for the day, guys. Jeopardy's going to take up extra time, at least more than the usual trivia episodes or segments do. So if you enjoy Jeopardy, get ready for that. And then, wait for the next episode for any more content.
All right. Let's get to it. Welcome back, horror fam. All right, Duff, what do we have in store?
I think we're getting to our final round of trivia, which is going to be a Jeopardy-style game. We're going to bring in our previous 4 winners from all the matchups and see who's going to win the inaugural tournament here. So I'm just going to bring them in now, and we'll get started with this. So from the winner of the first matchup, we have Eric. Eric, how are you doing?
I am doing well. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for coming back on. We also have Bruce. How's it going, Bruce?
Perfectly okay.
Okay is good. Yeah. And then we also have Natalie. Natalie, thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
And then last but not least, we have Dan, our winner from the 4th matchup.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming back on. All right. So as you guys are well aware, this is going to be a simple Jeopardy style of the game. We're keeping basically the same rules that you'd watch on the TV show. The only difference for those listening at home, the time limits are going to be altered to make it a little bit shorter. So the guests will only have 7 seconds for each answer. We're also only going to do the first round and then Final Jeopardy. After that, we crown our winner, and they're going to get a prize. And I think at this point, Mike, we can say what the prize is.
Yeah.
And guys, tonight you are playing for a $50 Universal gift card.
Wow.
I like it.
So, get some drinks at Horror Nights, merchandise, whatever you're feeling.
Blinky
All right,
cups.
and right off the bat here, for those at home, I should explain, we are using a buzzer system, so we can see who's buzzing in what order. And then if someone gets a question wrong, we're just going to take the second buzz in, third buzz in, etc. We aren't going to do any rebuzzes for questions. And then they do have a game board in front of them that has the categories. We have 5 different categories. 200, 400, 600, 800 are the point options. The contestants see this in front of them, and you'll find out when they pick them. All right, so the first category we're going to have is icons. We are also going to have shows. We're going to have later years, which is 2012 to 2019. We're going to have Hollywood Horror Nights Hollywood, and we're going to have locations. And then I say we get it started off right now. Mike, you ready with the buzzers?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. So we just
All right,
buzz.
so I'm going to pick a random category,
All right.
and I'm going to pick the 200 from one of those. You guys will buzz in. The winner of that takes possession.
Awesome.
And I think we are going to start off with shows. This show from HHN 25 went up in a blaze of murderous mayhem.
Bruce.
What is the Jack's Carnage Returns?
And for 200 points, that is correct, Bruce.
Okay, let's do HHN Hollywood for 600.
HHN Hollywood for 600. This scare zone in 2009, 10, and 11 featured flesh-eating carnies.
That would be Bruce.
What is the Midway Bazaar?
That is incorrect.
Eric.
What is clowns?
That is incorrect.
Natalie.
Can you repeat the question because it cut out for me the first time you said it?
Sure. This scare zone in 2009, 10, and 11 featured flesh-eating carnies.
Flesh-eating carnies. Was it Carn Evil?
That is incorrect.
Oh, now I know what it is.
All right, and then we're going to pick it up here. The answer would be Freaks. And then, Bruce, you're going to keep possession, so pick from the board.
Let's do the later years for 600.
The later years for 600. This event saw a decrease in houses from 8 to 7.
Dan.
What is Halloween Horror Nights 22? That was in 2012.
Dan, that is correct for 600 points.
Let's go with later years for 800.
Later years for 800. This IP horror icon is honored by their main accessory being featured in Giggles and Gore, Inc.
Eric.
What is Jack?
That is incorrect.
Bruce.
Who is Chance?
That is incorrect.
Natalie.
IP horror? I'm going to say Jason.
That is incorrect.
Dang it.
Dan.
Who is Freddy Krueger?
Freddy Krueger is correct for 800 points.
Let's shake it up a bit. Let's go with icons for 600, Alex.
Icons for 600. If this lost icon targets you, run like hell.
Bruce.
Who is Eddie?
That is correct for 600.
Let's do locations for 400.
Locations for 400. This location housed Doomsday and the Mummy for HHN 9.
Dan.
What is the disaster queue?
That is correct. Technically the earthquake queue at the time, but the location stands.
Oh my gosh. Rookie mistake.
So for 400, Dan, going to you.
All right. Let's do locations for 200.
Locations for 200. This house made an appearance in the Parade Warehouse during HHN 22.
Natalie.
Oh my gosh, this is a tough one. Parade Warehouse.
Dan.
And time is up.
What is
Dan, you're-
Universal's House of Horrors?
And for 200 points, Dan, that is correct.
Let's go with Hollywood for 200.
Hollywood for 200. These were the mazes featured at the inaugural HHN in Hollywood in 1992.
Erick.
So, Maze of Maniacs and Nightmare Alley.
That is correct. For 200 points, Eric, going to you.
Let's do Icons for 400.
Icons for 400. This icon's favorite film is The Phantom of the Opera.
Natalie.
Who is the usher?
For 400, that is correct. Natalie, your chance to pick from the board.
All right, I'm going icons for 1,000.
Icons for 1,000.
No mercy.
This group of people would be targeted by the caretaker to perform his experimental surgeries.
Oh, who are the homeless?
Dan.
Who are the homeless population in Wyandotte?
That is correct. Sorry,
Wait.
You
Natalie, you didn't
did
buzz
not
in.
I didn't buzz in. Gosh darn it!
For the record, I knew it before that, so sorry.
Oh, I believe you completely.
And Dan jumps out to an even more of a lead here, and back to the board.
Let's do later years for 200.
Later years for 200. This flesh-eating item was spewed at the miners by mouth brooders in depths of fear.
Dan.
It was acidic eggs.
That is absolutely correct.
Those fishy boys. Can I do a later years for 400?
Later years for 400, absolutely. This is what the trip to the repository would cost you at HHN 26.
Sorry, Eric. You were a little
okay.
too early. Natalie, you're up.
I think it was $60?
That is incorrect.
Bruce.
I believe it's $49.99. What is $49.99?
That is on the penny for 400, Brew.
Let's do shows for 1,000.
Shows for 1,000. This show from HHN 6 featured Alice Cooper, Kiss, and Black Sabbath cover bands.
Bruce.
What is Welcome to My Nightmare?
For 1,000 points, that is correct, Bruce.
Okay, let's do locations for 800.
Locations for 800. This scare zone would be found in Sting Alley during HHN 19.
Dan.
What is Shadows of the Past?
Dan, that is correct.
Let's do locations for 600.
Locations for 600. This location is where you'd find the second house in the Scary Tales series.
Dan.
What is the Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Barges queue in Islands of Adventure?
That is absolutely correct.
Let's bring it home. Locations for 1,000.
Locations for 1,000. This children's entertainment complex was where Ben Shitty brought his kids in Slaughter Cinema.
Bruce.
What is Shitty's Kids? That's not it. I blanked.
That is incorrect.
Eric.
Oh, shit.
Dan, you're up.
What is Lizzie Lemming's Funtime Emporium?
That is correct, Dan.
Let's do later years for 1,000.
Later years for 1,000. This was the name of the roaming hordes during HHN 25.
Natalie.
What is the Chainsaw Clowns?
That is incorrect.
No one else is buzzed in.
Nope. All right. And the answer would be Jack's Maniacs.
Oh, duh.
Oh, goodness.
Gracious.
All right, so possession will retain.
Let's do Hollywood for 400.
Hollywood for 400. This extraterrestrial location was the namesake of a maze in 1997.
Natalie.
What is Area 51?
That is correct. Natalie, your turn on the board.
All right, let's do icons for 800.
Icons for 800. And guess what? That's double Jeopardy.
Oh, wow.
Pew, 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 pew.
How much is she has 800. She can bid. Yep.
Natalie, do you know how double Jeopardy works?
I don't remember.
No problem. You are just going to bid an amount from your bank, which is currently 800.
All right.
How much you'd like to wager. So what you're going to do, just send the message over to us.
She can speak. She can say.
You want to say it? Okay.
Yeah.
You
I
can say it?
say it out loud?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I'm wagering 800 then.
All right. This entertainment attraction is where Jack Schmidt got his start in the business.
Yeah, go ahead, Nat.
Oh, I can just say it?
Double Jeopardy.
Yeah, it's on you.
Oh, what is Dr. Oddfellows?
That is correct. All right, Natalie, you're controlling the board.
All right, let's do shows for 600.
Shows for 600. This event year title featured 4 shows, including Freak Show and the Rocky Horror Picture Show Tribute.
Natalie.
You said it was an event title, correct?
Correct.
What is... Ugh, I got nothing.
Sorry, Eric.
What is Carnival of Carnage?
Eric, that is correct.
Let's do shows for 800.
Shows for 800. This show from HHN 5 shares names with a jukebox musical that starred Russell Brand and Tom Cruise in its film adaptation.
Sorry, Eric. You were too early. Bruce.
What is Rock of Ages?
That is correct for 800.
Let's do icons for 200.
Icons for 200. You can encounter this early year event icon daily on a Universal attraction in Orlando, Hollywood, and Singapore.
Eric.
What is Beetlejuice?
That is incorrect.
Natalie.
Who is the mummy?
Do you have a more detailed guess?
Huh? What did you say? I didn't hear you. It cut
More
out.
detailed?
Oh, who is Imhotep?
That is correct. All right, Natalie, you're on the board.
All right, I think I'm gonna do shows for 400.
Shows for 400. This famous performer last made an appearance at HHN's Sweet 16 in a fiery performance and totally crushed it.
Eric.
Who is Robosaurus?
That is correct.
Crushed.
So we had shows for 400? Or, sorry, Hollywood for 800?
Hollywood for 800. Bill and Ted made their triumphant debut in what year?
Bruce.
What is 1992?
That is incorrect.
Eric.
Oh, what is 1997?
That is correct.
Most triumphant.
Excellent.
Hollywood.
lastly.
Duh.
Yes, yep. All right, Eric, on the board.
It's the words right out of my mouth. So, last one there is Hollywood for 1,000.
Could you repeat that, Eric?
Hollywood for 1,000.
Hollywood for 1,000. This was the only original maze featured in 2010.
Dan.
What is clowns? Oh gosh, no, that's not it.
Time?
Bruce.
What is Clowns by Slash? That ain't it.
That is incorrect.
We were on the
Erick.
same page.
Yep. Great minds think alike, Dan.
All right. That would be Vampire, Castle of the Undead.
All right, Final Jeopardy. For those who have not seen Final Jeopardy before, we're going to briefly explain the rules. We are going to tell the contestants a category and then give them a chance to wager as much as their score as they would like. A wrong answer will be negative points. A right answer will be positive points. And then we will read the question. We're going to give them 15 seconds to send us their question in a direct message. And then we will call on them to read the direct message that they sent us.
Perfect. So I say let's give them that category.
Let's do it.
See what they wager. All right, guys. Your Final Jeopardy category is the legendary truth.
All right. Go ahead and send that over to us.
We're going to give you a little time here.
All right.
And got them all. Good. All right. Got them in. And here is your Final Jeopardy question, guys. As soon as I ask it, send it over. You're going to have 15 seconds. This senior staff member of the collective went missing on a fishing trip to Amity Island. All right, and we got them all in. Bruce,
Yes.
you were on 3,000. You wagered 3,000. Your answer was Brian
I think-
Schuster.
Yes.
That is incorrect.
I didn't think so.
Bruce, that drops you down to 0. Eric, you were at 2,000. You wagered 2,000. Your answer was Albert Kane. That is incorrect. Eric, that puts you down to 0. Dan, you had 5,600 points. You wagered 5,000. Your answer was Richard Steerington. And that was correct. That puts you at 10,600 points. And Natalie, you had 2,600. You wagered 1,000. You said it was Penny Schuster. And that was incorrect, putting you at 1,600. And that means Dan is our winner of the HHN Trivia Final.
Congrats, Dan.
Good
Good job,
Guys.
everyone.
Way to go.
So Dan will
Annihilation.
take home the Universal gift card, valued at $50. Hopefully can enjoy that at Horror Nights later this year. Or Mardi Gras, whenever you want to. That's up to you.
Hey, let's pick a date. Blinky drinks on me this fall.
Oh, yeah. I'll be there, for sure.
Don't tempt me.
All right, guys. That was a great episode. That went as smooth as I think we thought Jeopardy could under these circumstances. Again, Dan, congratulations. Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate your time, your effort. And we'll definitely have you guys back on the show again.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Looking forward to
We'll
it.
be right back. Welcome back, horror fam. What do you think, Duff? That was amazing.
Oh, man, I love that. That was Jeopardy, first
Yeah,
of all.
yeah.
But we learned that Jeopardy is not easy to produce.
It's not easy, but it went pretty well.
It was well worth it.
Yeah, I think we could give ourselves a couple of
Pats on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah. Our guests,
couple of gold stars.
candidates, competitors.
We did amazing.
We definitely know what to
Candidates.
do better for next time.
Yes, but it was amazing.
Make sure our equipment works well in advance.
Yes.
Step 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Step 2, not be our typical dumbass selves.
Yeah, true.
I think that's it. That's just 2 steps, and we're good to go.
But yeah, it went well.
No, that was great. Congratulations, Dan. Holy crap! Did he miss anything? Like
No, Dan did great.
he nailed it.
Yeah.
Everyone was racking up points the whole time. We didn't have many missed answers, and
It did come down to Final Jeopardy too.
it really came down to Final Jeopardy.
Enjoy them pizza fries.
Lots of pizza
Lots
fries.
of pizza fries. Like you can
S'mores? You mean s'mores fries?
No, you can.
No, Nico, we mean pizza fries.
No, I think you mean s'mores fries.
I think you need to shut the fuck up.
All
right. All right.
All right. I'll
Well-
actually make you shut the fuck up. And here goes Duff's microphone.
Well, what do we got in store for coming up?
Yeah, so coming up, we're gonna get more focus on our house dissections, I think.
Yeah, I think we're gonna.
Because they got cut off for a little while due to
he had some stuff going on.
some stuff. So we're gonna
think
get to
there's
house
speculations
dissections.
out.
You will see more guests involved in
We
our
do.
house dissections.
We're not. I don't
And
think
by-
we should drop any names,
No.
but we have some.
We have
I
some
guess-
people.
We have some people.
By more guests, I mean I think every house dissection now has or almost every house dissection has a correlating guest.
Right.
There's a few left. If you are interested in being on a house dissection, let us know. But we're really excited about that. We love working with guests. We love our house dissections. We think you guys like house dissections too because they get some of our best listenership and best engagement. So we're going to keep them coming.
Yeah. Before
and-
we know it, we're gonna get announcements.
Also,
We got an announcement
yeah,
this week, sort of.
Yeah,
I think that took us
pseudo
by
announcement,
surprise.
but
Yeah.
Also, one more thing about the house dissections. So we are finishing up 29, but we are also going to start doing guest choice episodes. So if you want to come on, not just for 29, but if you have a favorite all-time house and want to talk about it and break it down, let us know.
Right. Those will get hard if we
Have too many inquiries?
too many inquiries, and what I've noticed while researching one of our guest choices, if there is not a YouTube video of it, you better know it really well.
Yeah, because, I mean, we go off memory for a lot of pieces, but when you have a YouTube video, it's a lot easier to get the detail you need.
Right. Because we like to go in detail as possible, so we usually use POV videos to help with that detail. So,
And consumer cameras are nowhere near as good as where they are today,
Right.
especially
so if you
with
wanna do
indoor
Dungeons
video.
of Terror from, I don't know,
Right.
Fright Nights, we'll let you talk the whole time.
Right. So yeah, if you pick something that from like, 2010, 2009,
Basically before 2010. Good luck.
You better know it. You better know it really well.
So no WWE house?
Yes.
Oh, the Undertaker house.
The Undertaker house.
Undertaker, sorry.
Actually, that one we could do because
They have a
had
video.
a film. They had a
Yep.
film crew and a video for a lot of it.
Oh, cool.
So that one is actually
Oh, pretty neat.
documented. So that one we could actually probably do.
Nico,
It
you
is
just
so-
volunteered for the Undertaker house dissection.
It is for world-class entertainment. That is my best Vince McMahon. I'll work on that one.
But yeah, so yeah, let us know about your favorite houses. Again, maybe if there's not a POV, find one that does have a POV
Preferred, yes.
preferred. It's a much easier to have a POV so we can talk about it.
All right, enough on the POVs. I guess that was a great episode, Mike.
Yeah.
I enjoyed every second of it. I don't think we've ever laughed so much off the mic.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
It took us a long time to get this outro out, guys. A long time.
We'll pull back the curtain. It's very late, and we are all very tired, and we're very slap happy.
Just like Eric Clapton, we let it all hang out after midnight. That's why I stopped being roommates with him.
Yeah, absolutely. My pants disappeared after.
Sorry, guys.
All right. We're gonna cut that out.
Okay.
We're gonna cut half this out.
You say that.
No, we are.
But I'm very tired. I might not edit much. I'll just throw it on and call it a day.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
let's,
my Maryland Mansion show.
Mike, do you want to take us out here?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening, guys, and we'll see you in the streets.